Okay. Actually, I think this is probably the best spot for this. And here you can kind of see a preview of what the game is like. Okay, so this is a Magical Tetris Challenge. I was talking about this last stream, and there are some really crazy things that happen in this game. As you can see on the right, there are some pentimino pieces, 5 block pieces, and that's really the uniqueness of this game. I was gonna post a video of someone that was reviewing this game, but then their review was negative, and also all the comments were like getting at them for being like, hey, I had so much fun with this game, it's incredibly addicting, and I don't think you did it justice in the way that you reviewed it. So I was like, oh, well. And then everything else that I found about this game on YouTube was just gameplay with no commentary. So, well, let's get into it then, all right? So, there are 2 modes in this game, really. There's the Magical Tetris, which is the new thing. Yeah, you just saw the huge piece. Yeah, it gets monstrously huge. So there are 2 modes. There's Magical Tetris, which is what we kind of saw with those weird pentimino pieces, but also you have these like counterattack blocks that I'll kind of talk about whenever we get to see that. And then there's Up-Down Tetris, which is probably what you're more used to seeing, like from like Tetris 99, for example. So this would be like you make a Tetris, and on the other side, on your opponents, their screen gets raised up, and depending on like how you make lines or clear lines, you can stagger the way that those holes on those blocks get sent. So I'm gonna actually just start with this one, just so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not very well trained in this one, if I'm being honest, but it's regular Tetris, honestly. And surprisingly, there's a story for each character in this game, and I believe there are 6 stages for every single one. Each character kind of visiting the other characters, and then the 3 evil people. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So for Up-Down Tetris, as you would expect, doing Tetrises is very powerful. But more importantly, if you can do those Tetrises in a combo where you do back-to-back lines, that is even better. I am the type of player that is really greedy, so I build up very, very high. And I did a terrible job with that one right there. Let's just do that. Let's go ahead and take care of this hole. And if I lose, it's okay. I'll just retry, because I'm that bad. Yeah, I'm bad. I get very greedy with this game. Very, very greedy. Alright, let's try again. But yeah, this game, very poppy feel to it. And the presentation is honestly, okay, not bad. At all. It's got its charm to it for sure. Yeah, I'm playing pretty poorly right now. Let's fix this. before things get very messy for me. Yeah, I shouldn't play so greedily. I'm playing like I'm getting ready for what's it called? For the Magical Tetris, because there's a certain strategy that I have for Magical Tetris. So this one, I should just change my game plan, because clearly stacking up really high is not the way to go. Let's see. This looks pretty good. But yeah, just basic Tetris, like I was saying. One thing I never really understood was how exactly these lines get sent over, because if there's a way to control how they're staggered, that'd be really cool. But presently, and then again, I don't really play this mode all that often, I have no idea how they decide it. So that little thing, that occurs whenever this meter on, wow, on my left gets filled up. I don't think I want to. I'll be a little greedy. But yeah, like I was saying, basic Tetris. That being said, let's go ahead and look at what it is that I actually want to show you. So, let's swing over to the Magical Tetris. Alright. Also, if I remember correctly, the only difference between normal and expert mode for story is that your bar, that weird rainbow bar thingamabob, that is set at a higher position. So it takes longer for you to reach it. I've also noticed that as that meter gets more and more full, that your pieces start falling down much more quickly. There's also this little clock at the very top middle that is filling up. Oh, I'm making towers. And that's also a gauge at how quickly the blocks are going to be falling. So as you can see, the opponent is getting these pieces lined up at the top of their screen, and those pieces are pentiminos. Got this weird U, this W-shaped one, and if you've never experienced using those pieces in a game, it is very jarring. It's incredibly awkward. Definitely something that you have to get used to. So your spatial reasoning gets tested quite a bit with this. These blocks that are more metallic, kind of like these, like metal, these are pieces that are sent as a counter. So whenever you do have pieces at the top of your screen, so like, let me move up here and I'll kind of talk about it in the next match. Whenever you have pieces that are lined up on the top of your screen, if you make lines, you can send some of those pieces back to the other side. But there is one caveat that that does occur with that, and that comes with these exclamation points. The question marks, those are your those are the countered blocks. Let's try to force some exclamation marks so y'all can see what those look like. And this is the reason why I play greedy, because I like to force my opponents into having those exclamation marks. Let's go and do this and this. Go ahead and do that. So like I was saying, if you pay attention to this side right here, those blocks at the very top, sometimes the opponent will make a line and some of those pieces will disappear. So then that's how you counter and send the pieces back. But there is a limit to how many pieces can get sent, how many times that like back and forth can occur. And that's when you start getting these giant silver blocks that you will definitely see later on. Especially as the rounds get longer and longer. Oops. Do I want to do that? No. Do I want to do this? Yeah, sure. I'll do that. This. Oh. Sure. So yeah. That's the essence of the game, but as you play more and more, you get to see those really, really crazy blocks. And that's really where it gets exciting. So hopefully we can see some of those soon. I think another thing that this game does pretty well is their sound design. Actually, whenever you make a line clear, you hear this like sound play, and that lets you know that your opponent is making lines or you are making lines. And ultimately, what that kind of indicates for you is, oh, they're making lines, I should make lines. And that just now was a Pinterest. So that occurs whenever, of course, you clear 5 lines as opposed to 4 lines in a regular Tetris. Okay. Okay, let's keep making lines so I don't get butchered by Goofy. He's kind of going off right now and it's making me very scared. Oh my gosh, Goofy, calm down, my man. Let's make some lines so I don't get too many of these things. Oh yeah, so I mentioned that there was a limit to how large these counter blocks can become. That's those silver blocks. Those silver blocks are as large as they will become. Wow, Goofy, my man. Yep, I lost. Oh, you got to see some exclamation marks on the other side. I don't know if you caught that. So, how do exclamation marks appear? They appear whenever you have or the opponent has too many question or blocks featured at the top of their screen. So then, if you pay attention, the top of the screen can get filled by 2 lines of pieces of Tetris or pentimino pieces. When that has been reached, the pieces will start turning into exclamation marks instead, and those pieces have incredibly odd shapes to them. Some of them are like diamonds. Some of them are triangles, like large triangles. And I think there are some other shapes that I can't recall. But they are very finicky to work with if you don't work with them in a particular way. It's very specific if you want to clear them out as best you can. But usually, especially the diamond piece, you get that, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do about it. Wow, I'm like waiting for a certain piece and it's just not coming. So now I'm blocking that and I'm probably screwed. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we saw a diamond piece in that round just now. I saw one at the very end on Goofy's side. The diamond piece was purple, like a deep purple. Sure. Yeah. It's funny, I was playing this game yesterday to like warm up a little, and I actually cleared all 6 stages without losing. And then here I am having trouble with the first stage. I mean the second stage. You know, and frankly speaking, all the stages are similar to one another. But sometimes the rounds are just really hard to deal with. So I didn't do the Pinterest yet because I wanted to follow it up with another line. Oh my gosh, I have the little Z. That's probably like one of the weirdest pieces that I've like ever had to deal with. The Z's, like you never expect them. Like the T's you see pretty often, so I'm used to at least thinking about how to fit those. But like when you have the Z, it's weird because like it's a 3, it takes up a 3x3 space, and like you usually never have to think about it that way. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I want to make lines, please. Double Tetris? Double Tetris. Alright. There we go. So, if you look at Goofy's side, you can see some exclamation marks on the second row. And those exclamation marks, you cannot send those back. You're forced to deal with them. And there you go. You see some of the triangles, you see some of those diamond blocks I was talking about. Those are rough to deal with. But because he got that that like clear thingamabob, he's sitting kind of pretty right now, so that's a little unfortunate. You got those giant silver blocks. Those are really scary because you can make a lot of lines with them very, very easily. Oh my gosh. That was a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, back-to-back Tetris. And yeah, that's the second stage. The way that the AI changes as you move through the stages, especially with the last boss. The last boss is like such a huge difficulty jump. It's ridiculous. You see that some of the computers, what they're starting to do is do those immediate drops that I'm doing right now too. Oops. And other times, oh my gosh. Other times they'll also like wait for a piece to pop up because where my camera was just now, those are pieces that are coming up next, but then they're shared by both players. So so if you really wanted to, you could just wait until a line piece appears if you need a line piece. But of course, the bad thing about that is if you're waiting for something to happen, well, you're waiting, you know? So your opponent could be making lines while you're waiting, and you can get really fucked over if that's the case. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is not a pretty position for that, but I should be fine. Let's just close it up a little bit. That's fine. Another thing that makes this a little rough as you try to go through each stage back to back, as you can tell, my meter's not resetting. So if you want to have a really high score, you have to clear each of the stages without dying, and it gets really rough. Oh my gosh, it still goes up. Let's go and do this. Back-to-back Tetris. Hopefully that gets them some exclamation marks. That didn't. So like I was saying, like if you hear your opponent making lines, you want to go ahead and make lines also, and that's sort of what Donald was doing. So he didn't get those exclamation marks because he avoided them. Gonna do some lines here so I can hopefully force those exclamation marks. There we go. Now he's got those crazy pieces to deal with, and there we go. I will admit, when I play this game, my head hurts so much. You're making a lot of decisions very quickly. Yeah, I love the charm of this game quite a bit. Okay. Oh, I didn't grab them. I wanted that line piece. Okay, I got one though, but I need another. Let's go and do this actually. 2 line pieces. I got saved. Flipped a little bit too quickly. Let's go and bring this down a little bit. Let's do this and this. Let's just flatten it out. I think one of the scariest things about those giant silver blocks, if your opponent has multiple of them, it's very easy to combo them into each other. So if they for some reason have like 6 or 7 of them, they're just doing back-to-back combos, and you get exclamation marks out the wazoo. I love the way Mickey stands also. You see that? You see that sass? Hips out. Arm out. And his head is like looking down like he's doing like puppy dog eyes or something. Mickey's got attitude. Yeah, he's like an anime character. I mean, he practically is, right? He was in Kingdom Hearts. Okay, yeah. Let's go here, 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 here. There. T-piece, unfortunately. A little bit too wide. That's okay though. Alright, let's go. So if I was able to follow that up more with more line clears, the opponent would have a lot more exclamation marks. But unfortunately, they did like one single line, and that's all it took to save themselves. I need to make lines. But yeah, you can, if you're paying attention to the AI, like they are moving very, very differently. I do have an exclamation mark, so I need to watch out. Oh my gosh. Oh, I lost. Gosh, rough. All right. I remember when I was first playing this game, like trying to learn strategies on how to beat these CPUs. This enemy and the last boss are huge barriers. They are so difficult. This way, this. Unfortunately, I didn't get that line piece. Make some lines. Tetris. Had nowhere to put that, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and make another line. That's very unfortunate. Yeah. Make a line, another line. Oh yeah, and because I lost, my meter got reset. So now I have a little bit more leverage with that. Ooh, Tetris with that, another Tetris. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make that. Couldn't follow that up with another line, unfortunately. Okay, good. Whew. All right. Now Pete fucking sucks. Oh, I suck. Let's fill that out. Fill this out. But yeah, P is such a high difficulty spike. It's ridiculous how much more difficult he is compared to all the other CPUs. Just regular squares, I can work with that. Let's go ahead and just block it for now. This is really unfortunate. Let's do that. Wow. I feel like he always gets that somehow. So when you have a completely clear board, what you're able to, they reward you for that. Even though it's like completely luck based, you know? So what it does is lower the level of your meter by 1, and that can make all the difference. Tetris, thank you. Make lines, very good. I'm surprised that that didn't get any exclamation marks. But yeah, it's such an advantage to get that. This is a bad idea, what I was doing, for that exact reason. Okay. Just stack these up. Sure. Man, that didn't get a line. Oh. But this is a really scary position to be in. Okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. If he doesn't have exclamation marks after that, okay, good. Woo! Gaming, oh my gosh. Wow. T-spins, no, they don't factor T-spins into this game as far as I could tell. But yeah, there we go. I got really, really lucky. Holy crap. I thought I was done for with those metal blocks when they started coming in. I got a single silver metal block, and usually if those don't get paired up with other ones of them, you're in for a bad time. But I got lucky with my clears. So yeah, that's Magical Tetris. So I love playing this with family members because whenever you go into versus mode, you can change the difficulty And really the difficulty is only with how fast the blocks are moving for you, but you know, speed makes all the difference. So we'll just look at, actually I won't be able to select it. But depending on the difficulty, it will change the length of the meter, the clear meter for you. It will change the speed also, and usually that's enough of a handicap for the other player to even the odds. Because I play a lot more aggressively, and because I've practiced playing this game so often, like you kind of work that spatial memory for a lot of those pieces. So it's just I'm more used to dealing with those pentimino pieces. But yeah, if you ever get the chance to play Magical Tetris, I would implore you to definitely explore trying to piece the pieces together as best you can, because it is quite the workout. It is difficult, especially whenever you're facing that last boss, and gets you flexing your brain in very different ways. So yeah, that's Magical Tetris. I guess we're done with that little segment.